Joe Dumars. He has been hit, it looks like, the right eye.
That happened as both players elevated to go for that loose ball. You'll see it here as the ball is coming. Here's Joe Dumars running on the inside of Cooper. There it is right there. Boom. He hits his own man.
Mike Abdenauer, the trainer, quickly out, and now he's up. He's got some time to rest, but Hubie, the Piston three guards, scored 21 of their 26 points in the second quarter, so they're getting cooking. And that's the end of the first half with the score. The Lakers 55 and the Pistons 49. Brent Musburger will return with the Prudential at the half after this message.
The Prudential at the half, sponsored by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Well, back at the half, and the Los Angeles Lakers, who blazed away with 35 in the first period, were shut down in the second and held to only 20 points. Joe Dumars here with a collision late in the second quarter, and certainly the Pistons bench and all of the fans for a few moments held their breath that the injury might have been serious. But he appears to be all right as he headed back off the floor. So welcome to the Prudential at the half. I'm Brent Musburger. As you're well aware, if Detroit closes in and sweeps the Lakers, this would be the last night that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ever suits up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Little did Al and Cora Alcindor realize back in April of 1947 that their infant son would grow up to become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Think for a moment about what he's accomplished. 3 NCAA championships at UCLA, 6 NBA titles with Milwaukee and Los Angeles. His name is in the record book 40 times. At the age of 42, he's the oldest player ever in the NBA. And now he is coming to the end of this legendary career. And we would like to pay this special tribute to him.
Spry kid, and he always was into everything, and he loved to talk. He was a cowboy all his life, up until he was about 10. We always had to get him a cowboy outfit at Christmas time, and he always had to have 2 guns.
I had a tryout, and Kareem was in the 5th grade, but then Kareem didn't come back for the tryout. So I seen Kareem, and I said, hey, how come you didn't come out for the basketball team? He said, well, Mr. Hopkins, they told me that you picked the team. So I said, well, you go home and get your sneakers, and I want you out in the court. Kareem came back, and that's how Kareem started playing basketball.
I thought he was special when he was in the 8th grade. Lou took the ball from the foul line, didn't even dribble 1 step, and slam dunked it in the 8th grade from the foul line. And I just said, wow.
This is the park that Kareem and I played in as kids. But what I remember most is times we had other than playing basketball. I remember the time that, first time he came to my house, we were in the 5th grade. When my sister looked out the door, she thought he was an adult looking for me, and I was instantly in trouble with my mother because she thought I had done something wrong. When she opened the door, I told her, he's in my class, What? And he was almost 6 feet tall then in the 5th grade.
Lou Alcindor, as he is then known, is considered the best high school player in the country. Not since Wilt Chamberlain have college scouts seen a 7-footer with such awesome talent. After over 100 college scholarship offers, Lou finally chooses UCLA.
It did kind of upset us in a way because we wanted him to stay in the East, and he had all the opportunities. He could have gone to any college he wanted to. And then he insisted on going to Los Angeles, Southern California. And I asked him if he knew where it was, and he said no. But he still wanted to go there.
It was immediately apparent that he was an unusual person. Not unusual just because of his tremendous size and ability and as a basketball player, but he was an unusual person as a person.
Sophomore year, first game. People are curious. They ask, is Alcindor really that good? Alcindor answers with a dazzling array of slam dunks. He scores 56 points in his debut.
We won 3 NCAA championships with him, and no one had ever done that. And he was, I think, largely responsible. And I have said, I think we'd have won 4 if he'd been eligible as a freshman.
Lou Alcindor, just a few moments ago, actually signed a multi-year contract to play professional basketball with the Milwaukee Bucks of the National Basketball Association.
Kareem first came into the league, I don't think he had the confidence. He was a marked person. Anytime you're a great athlete, you come into this league, you're going to get banged around a lot. He had to learn that.
But he was, at that point in time, trying to make his mark in the NBA. We all knew, and everybody else knew, that he was expected to do great things. And as a leader, he went out and accomplished those types of things.
Our offense was geared for Kareem to get open, and we did a good job of getting Kareem open. He is the best shot off the pivot I've ever seen, bar none. Kareem has done it better than anybody. I think when it's all said and done, Kareem will probably go down as, if not the greatest, one of the greatest centers to ever play the game of basketball. And really, wherever he's gone, he's been a winner, and that's what it's all about.
Lakers select Irvin Magic Johnson, Michigan State, 6'8", 200 pounds. 2 seconds left, the Lakers down by 1.
We had like 2 seconds or 3 seconds to go. They were up by 1. Kareem hits a sky hook at the free throw line to win the game. So I'm going crazy. I'm jumping up and down. I run and I jump in his arm. I'm holding his arm, neck, everything. I'm choking him. And so we get back into the locker room, and he comes over and says with a stern face, nonchalantly, Irvin, do you realize that we have 81 more games? So, remember that. And I like, okay, I'm sorry. He's just Kareem, but he's changed. Now when he makes a hoop, he looks for 5. He have his hand up, looking for you to give him 5. He wants the affection. He wants the hug. He wants the pat on the back. And that's so beautiful to see a man who has been so one way all his career change over to say, hey, it's all right to high five. It's all right to hug.
The crowd stands for Kareem to get the ball. Everybody's waving their arm. It's into Kareem. Kareem swing left, right hand, 12-footer, good!
It's the long run. It's the finish that counts, baby. It's the long run. It's the finish that counts in the end.
I don't think we will ever see a player approach what this man has been able to do in a winning situation ever. He is unique. We'll never see an athlete like this in the NBA.
Kareem, you've done so much for others. You've done so much for me, Kareem, and I'm deeply appreciative of all of it. I just wish you happiness.
Thanks, I guess, for remembering us all, because he did remember the people that touched on him, and I thank him very much for that.
I want to thank you for all the championships, all the laughter, the jokes that you played, the hugs and kisses when I was down, and the love that you just created among all of us. You taught us how to win and how to hold our heads up when we lost. Thank you for all the memories. I will always love you from here on out. If I ever never see you again, you my main man.
it's 55-49. A lot going on in Southern California. The Houston Astros opening up a series out at Dodger Stadium against the Dodgers. Fernando Valenzuela on the mound against Mike Scott of the Astros. The Dodgers, with their big change of moving Kirk Gibson up to that leadoff spot, and that has ignited a 2-game winning streak out there. But back here, the focus is on Game 4, and the Pistons win, and they go home with a championship, their first ever. The Lakers win, and we come back here Thursday night. The three great guards for the Pistons, they teamed up for 31 points in the first half. So, Dick, as you know, they're going to have to slow down these Piston guards, or it's going to be a sweep here tonight.
Well, Brent, actually, you're right. 31 points in the game, but 21 of their 26 in the second quarter. And while Detroit has not had the lead yet, you get the sense that they're coming on, both with their guards scoring and their defense.
Well, their defense holds the Lakers to 20 points in the quarter. Then what you like about their offense, they've already attempted 29 foul shots. Now, I admit they've missed not 11. You know, they could be ahead here right now, but they are establishing the tempo of this ball game.
All right, that's the story here, and we will be back with more at halftime here at the Forum in Inglewood, with the Lakers leading the Pistons 55-49.
CBS Sports coverage of Game 4 of the 1989 NBA Finals is sponsored by Dodge Cars and Trucks. On the street or off the road, it's the new spirit of Dodge. Gillette and the Gillette Atra Plus shaving system. Gillette, the best a man can get. And by Honda Power Equipment, makers of the first lawnmower good enough to be a Honda.
And welcome back to the 1989 NBA Finals. This is game number 4. Pistons looking to sweep the Lakers, but trail right now. However, just a few moments ago, Pat O'Brien talked with Pistons head coach Chuck Daly.
Coach, there must be some joy in there. You were down by 16 at one point, and you're back in the game.
Well, we had to do it defensively. We just didn't come out and play good defense. We got in real early foul trouble, and they got us up, got us down 16, or they were up 16, and we missed 11 free throws. The boards are killing us 25-13, and we don't have an answer for Worthy today.
What do you say to your team now? You're a half away from an NBA title.
Well, they've got to make a decision how hard they want to play defensively. If we're not going to win this game offensively, or going to win it defensively, giving one shot. At the end, we would have been close to being tied had we not given up 2 or 3 second shots right at the end of the half. But it's all going to be defense.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And by the way, Joe Dumars is okay and he'll play. Back to you guys.
Going afterwards. All right, thank you very much, Pat. And we're getting set for the second half. Looking at the statistics, the Lakers have out-rebounded the Pistons, including off the offensive glass. What has hurt Detroit has been the free throws. They have missed 11, and James Worthy has outscored the entire Detroit front court.
Well, in the early going here, let's see if they try to get Isaiah off.
Isaiah guarded by Cooper. Laimbeer fires a 3 and hits. Bill Laimbeer with a 3-point basket. That's his second of the game, and it brings the Pistons to within 3. A shocking first shot to start this second half. Tony Campbell with 3 fouls starting in the backcourt with Cooper. Up front, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with Worthy and Green. Usual Pistons starters with Aguirre and Mahorn and Laimbeer. Dumars and Thomas, and a 3-point basket answered by James Worthy, who has 24 points.
To see him have the half that he had and then come out in his very first shot is another 3 is just amazing.
Laimbeer. Mahorn with the rebound, and he's fouled going in. Rick Mahorn had a bad back last year in the finals, and Rodman's had a bad back this time, but he is sitting comfortably, getting set for his call as Kareem commits his first personal foul. Mahorn hits the free throw. There's Magic Johnson. Not suit up tonight, and Byron Scott, who's been in civilian clothes throughout the series, he hurt a hamstring prior to game number 1, and Magic came up lame in game number 2. There's the foul trouble. Campbell, Woolridge, and Rivers of the Lakers with 3. Edwards and Mahorn of the Pistons all with 3. Thomas tried for the steal, and instead it's a Detroit foul. And Laimbeer gets called for it. That'll be his first.
Well, I think Chuck Daly, he was definitely right on the money. He's